So, in a video I posted the other day, I mentioned that I thought the input shaft was getting worse. I was starting to hear it a lot more. I do not think it is the input shaft. Listen to the sound this thing makes on a fresh startup. Fresh startup as in like after it's sat for like a day or two, all the oil is settled down through the motor and whatnot. Listen to this. Now, with my luck, it's not going to make the noise I want it to, but I'll be able to make the noise. I just have to rev it. But the other day I started it, and it made it real bad for a few seconds when I first started the car. So I'm pretty sure I spun a bearing, so probably not spun bearing maybe, because it doesn't sound that bad yet, but it sounds like it's coming from the bottom end of the motor for sure. So let's show you guys what it sounds like. Kind of hear it for a second, like a second after it started. Yep. Here, let's make it do it some more. Alright, that noise, you hear that? That goes away with the clutch. That little rattling, marbly sound, that's with the clutch in. That's the clutch out. I don't know if the camera picks up that noise, but that noise I believe is either input shaft or a bad throw up bearing. And the next noise that I'm talking about, it comes in, it seems like around 3,000 RPMs. Let me check my tach. Yeah, I think it comes in around 3,000 RPMs, but just listen. So, I'm gonna push the clutch in so you don't hear the input shaft or whatever the noise is coming from the transmission. And you'll really be able to hear the noise I'm talking about. Did you hear the knock come in for a second there real quick? Let's try it again. So, I'm not sure how well that came up on the camera. I'll have to go and watch this back to really see for sure. But I'm pretty certain that is a knock coming from the bottom end of the motor. Alright, so the camera definitely picked up that noise. You guys can hear what I'm talking about. So I've yet to really, this is, you know, the SR20 and whatnot will be really my first time diving into the bottom end of the motor and like servicing any sort of that stuff. But I'm pretty sure that that noise I'm hearing is bottom end. It sounds like it, and I don't know, it seems like when it comes in it's going pretty fast, and it doesn't come in until the engine RPMs are fairly fast, so it kind of just like makes sense. It's like meeting the pace of the engine RPMs. I don't know, I might sound stupid, but I feel like I know what I'm talking about, but I guess we'll see. I'm sure I'll get some opinions on this one from you guys, but if it is blown, not really a huge deal. I knew it was coming sooner or later. It was already blown smoke. It had no compression, so it was burning oil. So this, if it is something in the bottom end rod, whatever, I'm sure it's from oil starvation, because I have been driving a little bit here and there, and I'll put, you know, a quart and a half of oil in it and then drive it around for a half hour, check the oil the next day, and it won't even register on the dipstick. So God only knows how much oil I'm actually burning and how fast, you know what I mean? Like, who knows how long I was driving around with the oil that low. But yeah, it's whatever. That's what we got. This bad boy, huh? Ooh. So some more stuff will be happening with this pretty soon. Basically just have like 2 more things I gotta get for the bottom end, and I can go ahead and do the bottom end. I gotta borrow a valve spring compressor from one of my buddies, and I can go ahead and do the top end. and then I could get this transmission case welded here. I've yet to do that. And then once the motor's rebuilt, the transmission case is welded, I can get a flywheel, put the transmission on there. I think I'm going to have to get the rear motor mount bracket, and then I can go ahead and just put the transmission and the motor in the car. And that'll be a really big step, because there's some other stuff that I need to do, but I need to have the motor in the car so I can make sure that I build everything to fit. Like you can see, I already kind of started messing around and just kind of getting a little bit of an idea of how I'm going to want to build this manifold here. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up doing this or if I'm just going to try and find like a cheap secondhand manifold, but I don't really want like a run-of-the-mill turbo setup. I kind of like doing things a little bit different and like custom, you know what I mean, one-off type things. That's what I enjoy doing. I have fun doing that sort of stuff, so I definitely am favoring towards making something custom for the turbo manifold. But we'll see. I need to wait till I have the motor in the car so I could really see how much room I have to fit. And I really probably should wait till I get the turbo first, because I was going to use that T28 just for test fitting purposes. But I'm going to probably get a T3, T4 to actually use on the car, and those are bigger than that T28. It's a different flange than the T28. So I don't want to build a setup or on a turbo that's not what I'm going to be using. But other than that, I have this radiator. I gotta see if I'm gonna be able to use that in the car. And there's just I have a strut support. I'm thinking of welding into the strut towers in the front, but I want to have fitment for the motor in there, so because I want to make it run like real close. It's gonna go back towards the back of the firewall, but I want to make sure there's room where I want to have it. I don't want to have it be in the way of like the intake manifold putting the motor in and out. So I want to wait till I have the motor in to do that. But again, just kind of not really a lot going on in these parts lately. So figured I'd just throw in that quick little update about the development on the 1.6, and then it kind of just snowballed into me talking about this stuff. I wasn't really planning on talking about that, but it happened. So another quick little update just to throw in the week for you guys. And yeah, that's about it. I think I'm going to throw into this one real quick. The VR6 that we turboed a while ago on the channel. I got a little update on that. Went over to my buddy's house and finally got some more footage of that thing. So stay tuned. I'll throw that in at the end for you guys. And yeah, so that'll be it for this one. You know, do the usual. Go ahead and like the video. I'd appreciate that one. And subscribe if you are just finding out this channel here. So I'll see you guys next time. Alright, so time for a little update on the old VR6 turbo. This is actually like the most popular video on my channel right now, so I feel like probably a bunch of you are waiting for more stuff on this thing, so here it is. This is about, I don't know, 3-month update, something like that. A couple thousand miles on her, and here's the state of her. Yep. Seen better days. We are not really too sure what happened, but it developed a slight rod knock. When I say slight, it was slight at first. But yeah, so what we're gonna go ahead and do now is we got basically everything ready to go to pull the motor out, and we'll go ahead and do that one of these days here. But in the process of all that, we're gonna go ahead and probably tuck some wires and yeah, just like clean this whole thing up so it'll be back in tip-top shape. So yeah, not really too much to update on because it's kind of apart, but it'll be fixed pretty soon. He got some new wheels for it. They're pretty sweet. But yeah, quick little update on the old VR6 turbo.